$5 for 3 lemons.
Housing prices.
I don't know how people manage to buy houses now.
Hi, I'm Sharda Harrison and welcome to another episode of SGNOW. Dharmhik has gone off by himself to do a social experiment where he survived on $10 for a whole day. So let's check that out.
Today's challenge is for me to only spend $10 the entire day. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I just woke up, I know it's 12. I woke up, I got ready, going to get some work done. And I need to eat something. And I'm afraid I'll pass this $10 so fast. Okay, let's try. It's only a matter of trying. Let's go. Okay, I just got myself a waffle for lunch. It's cheaper than a proper meal. Plus, I don't eat that much a day. So, this is my lunch. Only 160. So, I think I'll add it all up at the corner. I think I'll remember to do so. So, yeah. Let's continue the day. Time to work. I'm really taking this challenge seriously. So, I'm going to take the PMD straight to the first stop, which is Republic Polytechnic. Because I needed to do some street talk, and what better reason do I have to go and visit my old school?
That's right, exactly right.
Okay, so it's been half a day, and God, I'm so hungry. $10 a day, hell to that. What I need is food. I need food right now. And honestly, the $10 is impossible. Limiting yourself to maybe one dish a day, and what the hell, is that really living at all? You know, you're not getting anything out of your day. You just work, one dish, go back home and sleep. That is no way to live. Yeah. And now I'll talk to you after I eat. After filming for Street Talk, I have no choice but to use public transport to get to my second location. And where would this be? It's none other than the office. You may think that I'm in the office to get some work done, but no, what I'm here for is what you call a pro gamer move. I'm about to get endless drinks for free, though my co-workers may not like the idea. Another benefit of being in the office is the free aircon. You have no idea how much I needed this given how hot the day was. Oh my god, I forgot something. I needed to add my utilities bills to this. $600 a month divided by 4 people in the house and divided by 30 days. That gives us $5 a day. I'm currently paying the utilities for the entire house, which is including myself, my mother and my 2 younger sisters. This is because my mother is already paying for majority of expenses within the house. So I'm just trying to take a little weight off her shoulders. And for this challenge, I'll be only calculating utilities for myself, which is a fourth of the utilities divided by 30 days a month. In conclusion, one thing I say is that a $10 challenge is impossible.
Dharmhik, that looked absolutely painful. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later on, but we have a guest with us today in the studio. He's a very handsome guest, ladies and gentlemen, especially for the ladies. Got Mr. Raj Joshua Thomas, otherwise known as Josh?
Joshua, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
look, you have been an NMP since January 2021. We really want to talk about, is it becoming increasingly challenging to cope with the increased cost of living in Singapore? What are some of the things that you found that you're spending more money on?
I would say, unfortunately, electricity is one of them because, it's so hot. So what do? You turn on the air conditioning. You're feeling bored. What do? You turn on your PC or TV. Some device is running.
Okay, so for Dharmhik, it's really the cost of electricity that has been a big one for you, and I'm sure a lot of other households as well. What about you, Josh?
I think food prices have gone up quite a bit. As well, I went grocery shopping over the weekend, just this weekend, and vegetables, fruits, all of the prices have gone up. It's $5 for 3 lemons. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's affecting all of us. I think it's really, like you said, coming together, and it's really making it quite difficult
Yeah.
for some Singaporeans, especially if you are a lower wage earner.
Yes.
Because for them, if their way of life has changed, the current way of life has been changed, it means that they may have to forego some needs
Yeah.
or some things which are essential, and the government has to come in
Yeah.
and has to do something about it. After so many years, decades from independence, we have perhaps one or two generations which are very comfortable, who have very high expectations, who believe that having a TV, having internet, having all these things are just normal ways of living. But for some families, really making ends meet, getting food on the table is an issue. It's surprising that this still happens in Singapore, and the question is how do we prevent it?
What do you think is a minimum livable wage in Singapore?
Some numbers have been thrown out. So at NTU, it was 3,000 plus for two people. There were some criticism or comments about the NTU study because it included things like eating occasionally at restaurants and taking some trips from
Right.
time to time. So the question was whether this was really
Livable,
basic, right? Whether it's basic. I think that we, as a society, as a country, as an economy, we are rich enough to make sure that our people have a certain standard of living. But if we want to say that as a rich country, our basic is higher than as compared to other countries, then we also have to expect that in terms of working, right, we may have to work a little bit harder as well. And I think that is the principle of meritocracy, right? Those who work harder will probably get more.
Yeah.
But this having been said, there are others who, as much as they would work, right, they will still not, go further, right? Because of various socio-economic reasons,
Yeah.
For example. And so, how are we going to make sure that these people don't fall between the cracks?
Yeah.
To have some form of support system, while at the same time not diminishing or dismissing the principle of the meritocracy that got us,
To where we are.
to where we are in the first
Yeah.
place.
So let's talk about the progressive wage model right now. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, do you think it's working, or do you think it needs to be tweaked in any way?
So I am a strong supporter of the progressive wage model. I'll just put it out there.
He's
right-
put it
right at
out
the
there,
start.
people.
Yeah.
Strong supporter of the progressive wage model. Mic
Yes.
drop.
But wages really is key.
Yeah.
So I've actually seen it go from $800, $1,000 now to $3,000. $2,700 to $3,000 for basic security officer.
Fantastic.
And this is over 7 years. And I think the same is being seen in the other sectors.
Right, I was about to ask that. So
yeah.
has it been rolled out to the other sectors?
Yes. So it was rolled out first to all the outsourced sectors.
Okay.
So cleaning, landscape. Now I think lift and lift maintenance. I think they're going to look at waste management, or they've already rolled it out actually. So I think eventually the intention is that it will cover all low wage sectors.
Right.
And all low wage workers will have a progressive wage model.
Okay, something else I want to complain about though, right? So it was good. We were all covered here. Housing prices.
I don't think I'll be able to afford a house, even in 4 years, 5 years. Yeah. I don't know, how people manage to buy houses now.
One of the inescapable truths is that Singapore is a very small island. Inevitably, it will be expensive
Yeah.
as well because it's valuable, right? But I think one of the other grouses that people have is about private property being too expensive. And my suggestion would be that it is no longer fashionable to live in condominiums or to live in private property, and that HDBs actually are very attractive. They're very nice now. I have several friends who have moved from condominiums to HDB.
And what do you think were some of the missteps that HDB might have made in the past? So why are some Singaporeans, asset rich as opposed to cash rich, or vice versa?
Well, I think if we look at when HDB started, what its objective was, it was really to build homes for people, and looking at how the prices have escalated so much in the resale market. Sometimes I do wonder whether making it a marketable commodity, a resellable commodity on the free market was the best idea. I think what HDB has to do is, because prices will definitely go up, they've got to show more value.
Yeah.
HDBs have to become better and better.
If more Singaporeans face difficulties in coping with rising costs of living, then eventually it will cause gaps of inequality, intergenerational poverty instead of social mobility.
Social mobility, right, is part of the social compact. Our form of social mobility is premised on hard work, productivity, and meritocracy. How about those who don't have a great amount of merit? Do we say that, yeah, because you are not, you don't fall under the definition of the elite who should be getting all of these spoils, right? That you should therefore be relegated to living, in a certain type, of property or certain type of flat. Recently, there has been some talk about wealth taxes, and it's something that I definitely support. The question is that it's sometimes a little bit difficult to tax net wealth, but what you could do would be to tax spending. So luxury cars, luxury condominiums, right? Foreigners buying luxury condominiums. Make sure that we get a huge amount of taxes from all of this, and that this is distributed to the people who, I wasn't pointing at you, but distributed to the people, who would need it. While on the one hand, we want to redistribute this wealth, at the same time, we also don't want it to be a disincentive, right? Where people, are working hard, they're earning more, and then they say, oh, what's the point of working hard and earning more when all of it is going to be taxed away?
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can earn it.
What are your thoughts on that, Dharmik?
Okay, to go to the part about whether or not I think your financial status of your family currently can affect your status in the future. I'll say currently it affects a lot because let's say you're from a really rich family, right? Okay, not even the top 1%, maybe like top 3% or something like that, right? If your child says, I want to become a surgeon, you don't go through the thought process of, will I be able to afford it? They'll be like, oh, you want to be a surgeon? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's work hard, get there.
Yeah.
But if you're from a lower middle, right? So you can't get those scholarships because your parents just earn little more than is needed to get that scholarship. But to pay the scholarship, to pay for your education, you have to work at the same time. You can't really focus on your studies. It becomes a lot of added pressure on the person in order to even get to that position.
Which leads me to the last point of today. Really, are existing support measures sufficient to help Singaporeans in need to cope? How are we actually addressing the cost of living? What do you think?
So I think all of these policies kind of want to help an individual or a family get to self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
So it's if you look at ComCare, it's to tide you over a certain tough period.
Yeah.
While workfare is interesting because workfare is automatic. You don't have to apply for it. So as long as you earn 2,300 and below and you meet certain other criteria, you automatically get the workfare top-up. I don't think that we want to move towards being a welfare state. I don't think that is something that most Singaporeans would support.
Why? Why do you think Singaporeans won't support that?
Because it's a huge cost.
But thank you so much, you both, for engaging in such an honest conversation. Well, if you enjoyed that discussion, remember you can always leave your comments in the discussion section below. Also, we have a little announcement to make. We have made NFTs, digital art pieces of our CityJos. So you can buy your CityJo Dharmhik right away. You know you want to do it. Remember, if you like the show, you can subscribe. Also, remember to share and also like this video. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much and bye-bye.